We have Ben Chesters with us, joining us for another episode of the mini series going on to the Kisgrove Athletic YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us, Ben. We've spoke to a number of characters around the club. It's been a weird old year. It's been a good year for you, a bit stop-start, but you entered the Kisgrove Athletic senior squad for the first time a little over a year ago. It's been a bit of a whirlwind of a year for you and the whole world. Just give us an insight into what the last year with you entering the squad and then having odd introductions has been like, Ben.
It's been great. Obviously, entering the squad was a massive achievement for me at a young age, and then unfortunately, I made my debut in March for the club, and then obviously March was the month that we went into the national lockdown. So it was a shame that I couldn't get more games under my belt before the end of the season. And then we've had the lockdown, and then Scott came in and he's put faith in me and he's told me what he wants from me, and then we've just progressed all season really, and couldn't have really asked for a better team to be in. So yeah, it's coping well, and the experience has just been great with the whole squad really.
From your point of view, has it been a frustrating year? Obviously, you entered the squad, like saying, Jerry made your debut in March, and even under Scott Dundas, you were making a lot of appearances from the bench. You were, like I say, you were coming on a lot. You were starting to get into the frame of mind of starting under Scott Dundas, and then a second cancellation came in a sort of way. Even though it's been a groundbreaking year for you, it's been a frustrating one all the same.
Yeah, very frustrating. As a young lad, you just want to play football, and I feel like I had a small chance to get more games under my belt, play for the team a lot more. And it's just stop-start really. It's hard to keep fitness. Never get quite game fit in lockdown. You can't really do that kind of thing, and it's just difficult to keep progressing at this kind of level when you're always in lockdown or you stop starting. So it's been a frustrating one, not being able to get the games that I would have liked in terms of like the whole squad not getting the games we would have liked. But in terms of the minutes I'm getting, I'm more than happy with what I'm getting, because obviously the squad's a great squad, and I'm a young lad, and I'm not going to get as much minutes as I would in like an 18s game, which is fair enough. The squad's a great squad, but it's just what it is at the moment. We've got to make sure everyone's safe, and yeah, as long as the season can carry on when we get back, and we can hopefully push for promotion again.
Yeah, definitely. What I wanted to ask you is, Ryan Austin brought you into the squad at the end of the year, like we say, January 2020, and obviously we're under Scott Dundas now. Was there ever a concern? Obviously, Ryan was the one that brought you into the squad, and then Scott came in. Was there ever a concern that you'd be pushed out, or Scott always showed that faith in you? He's even give you some appearances, something that Ryan didn't really give you, even when you were in the squad.
Yeah, well, when Scott was appointed, he gave me a call that night when we found out he was going to be the manager. He gave me a call and he spoke to me about kind of things that the season's going to go ahead, and he just told me just keep working really, and I'll get my chances and just take my chances. So that's all I can ask for, just the faith really, and just keep giving me chances.
What's he been like since being manager of the club? Obviously, he made a great start to the season, and on many levels, it was so disappointing that the season has been suspended as it had, because we were on such good form. But what's his man management been like with you personally?
It's been great. They've kept talking to me. They told me like exactly what they want from me. They tell me how I can always improve. They're never just isolating players away from the squad if they're not starting or not playing. They'll tell you, and they'll tell me how he can improve and stuff like that. And as a young player, that's all I want really, just to keep improving and hopefully break into it a lot more when we start again. But
Yeah,
yeah, they've been great. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And going on to the squad, obviously, it must be difficult coming in as obviously the youngest member of the squad into a lot of experience here. You've got your Anthony Marvin, your Carl Blake, your Sam Halls. The list just goes on and on, the amount of experience members they've got into the squad. And obviously, we've got a number of youth as well. How you being a young player yourself, how have you settled in? How have they made you feel welcome? What's your relationship like with the rest of Kisgrove Athletic in terms of the team members?
Yeah, it's great. The older players are always that they're looking out for me really. They're always trying to tell me things that I can do. Obviously, they've got the most experience in the game. They tell me little things to kind of build my game as a forward, and it's just little things really that I won't experience in the 18s kind of thing. But my experience with like Melbs and the older players, it's great, and then the younger players as well. We've got a good connection as well between the younger ones as well. So not a lot more you could ask for.
Yeah, definitely. Just a final couple from me. Now, obviously, the future in terms of this season as a player, because we haven't heard it from a player's point of view. Obviously, there's different talks going on. What do you know of what's going to happen going forward for the rest of the season? Can you see the season carrying on in the current climate? Give it from a player's point of view, or is you in the dark as everyone else around the club and the non-league scene?
I'm just in the dark as much as you. Obviously, I want the season to happen because I feel like we've got a great chance this year. We've got a great squad, and you can tell from the start we were in great form, and we can get a promotion. So hopefully it goes ahead, but I'm not too sure at the moment. I'm in the dark as much as you are.
And obviously, null and void is another talk. As the club as a whole, how frustrating would that be? 2 seasons in a row. Obviously, the first season, yeah, we were in 10th position. We were a couple of games off, well, quite a few points off playoffs last season, but we did have a number of game in hands. And then this season, we made a fantastic start. I believe like 4th in the league, 3 points off top. Obviously, it's a long season, but then that to be cancelled as well with a new manager, that from a player's point of view, that must be so frustrating.
Yeah, it's not exactly the best thing, is it? Like you said, with the manager, and we've got the new team, we've got a lot of signings this year, and we've pushed very hard. We've all worked hard together, and we had high hopes when the season kicked in again last year, and they've been getting in this year, and we had high hopes to keep pushing and get that promotion. So it is frustrating at a point, but it is at the moment in the current climate. It's just making sure everyone's safe, isn't it? So, but we just want the season to kind of carry on, get the promotion. We deserved it this year. We've worked hard as a team all the way through. It'll be a shame, but I know as a team we'll stick together. If it is to go next season, we'll push for next season even harder.
Yeah, definitely. And the final one for me, on your progression with this stop-start, obviously, stopped playing football in March, started the new season, and then only lasted a couple of months, and now we've stopped again. Is this a halt in your progression when you're in decent form, or have you kept up the training regime? And when you get back out onto the pitch, do you think you'll get flowing like normal and, could try to make a late break into the first team on a regular basis towards the end of the season, if, of course, it does carry on?
It's a bit of both, really. I've been able to improve a lot of aspects of my game during lockdown. Obviously, not having to worry about then getting game fit. I've been able to get bigger and be able to get stronger for the team. But yeah, as I said, you can't get game fit. So when you do come back, you're struggling to have that kind of tenacity of game fitness, But it is a bit of a halt, but time will come, and I just got to take that time.
Brilliant, Ben. That's all from me. Thank you.